Hi, I'm Brock Dickinson and I'm coming to you today from Cow Bay, Nova Scotia on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. And I wanted to talk a little bit about marine protected areas and their relationship to economic development. So this is the North Atlantic, and as you can see, we've got a bit of a storm today, a little bit of snow here in the background, lots and lots of wind. And 200 kilometers due east of here is a marine protected area known as the Gully. It's about 2,300 square kilometers of protected area with a deep undersea gully that was carved out by glaciation about 400,000 years ago. And that glacier created gully becomes a home to all different kinds of marine species, including in this case 15 species of dolphins and whales, and more than 30 species of cold water coral. The Government of Canada protected that area a number of years ago, and it's a cornerstone of the kind of protection of marine areas that underlies a global initiative to dedicate 30% of the world's oceans to marine protected areas over time. So this has a lot of positive benefits for the environment and creates sort of safe spaces in which various species, including endangered species, can kind of restore their populations and operate in safe spaces. In many marine protected areas, even fishing is not allowed. And there's a recent study out of the University of Hawaii at Manoa that looked at the economic development implications of these marine protected areas. Obviously, this is the kind of thing that creates opportunities for researchers and scientists. This is the sort of thing that promotes ecotourism and is much favored by our environmentalists. But there's increasing evidence to suggest that part of what happens when you create a marine protected area is that this boosts and benefits other resource extraction industries in the marine sector, and in particular, it benefits the fishing industry. This marine protected area, 200 kilometers behind me, is home to a number of species of tuna, and so anchors part of the tuna industry in this part of the North Atlantic. Similar research on tuna species in the Hawaii region and in other parts of the Pacific suggested that the presence of marine protected area increased tuna catches in surrounding regions by between 2 and 11%. And in fact, as we looked at the impacts on fishing yields for species more generally, it created increased yields in surrounding regions of between 12% and 18%. Meaning that creation of marine protected areas is not just something that benefits the environment, but is something that actively benefits the economies of coastal communities. And in an era when fishing communities in particular are struggling with the threats of overfishing and challenges around future supply to maintain the livelihoods of coastal communities, this is a real win. This is a suggestion that we now begin to understand the complexities of the ecosystem in a way that allows us to protect certain subregions of those ecosystems in order to maximize the economic opportunities flowing from those entire regions. This becomes one more instance in which protection of natural resources and protection of environmental spaces is seen as creating positive economic development benefits and not just something that's good to do for the planet. There's an increasing understanding within the economic development space that the conservation and preservation of our natural resources and the survival and livelihood of resource-based communities are linked hand in hand. This is one of the core concepts of sustainable development, that the careful management of global resources allows us to create economic opportunities for generation upon generation. And now we're starting to see data coming out of these communities to suggest that this is not just a theory, this is something that actually works in practice.